Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm here to show you my Stamina Warden Bobo build for the Deadlands DLC patch. This build is capable of pulling over 100k on the parts dummy and is viable for most endgame content. The build specializes in pulling as much DPS as possible for group content such as trials, vet dungeons, and group arenas. This build is not meant for solo play such as solo arenas, soloing overland, etc. With that being said, here's the build. So for consumables, for any high-end content, you want to be running the Arteum takeaway broth. A cheaper alternative would be dubious Cameron throne. And lastly, if you need a little bit more sustain, lava foot soup and salt rice is always the go-to. As far as potions, for any content you want to be running essence of weapon power. This gives you access to 3 of the most important buffs: major savagery, major brutality, and major endurance, all buffs that Stam DPS thrive off of. As a quick note, make sure you have 3 points in the medicinal passive to make sure the potions last longer. As per usual, starting from the character sheet, I have 64 points in the stamina and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a Dark Elf. I believe Dark Elves have some of the best passives for stamina DPS. Other alternatives would include Orc, Khajiit, and honestly any other class that benefit from having stamina as their main resource. So for CP, for the blue tree, I'm running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge, and Wrathful Strikes. Moving on towards the red CP, we're running Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Bloody Renewal. So for skills, we're running Subterranean Assault, Lethal Arrow, Growing Swarm, Poison Injection, Camouflage Hunter, and Wild Guardian. And on our back bar, we're going to be running Endless Hail, Magnum Shot, Winter's Revenge, Camo Hunter, Bull Netch, and Wild Guardian. Okay, so for the rotation part, the rotation is actually really simple. It looks complicated, but in actuality, it's not that difficult. So we're going to start off with basing our whole rotation on using Subterranean Assault and build a rotation around that. What I mean by that is once you cast Subterranean Assault, you have 5 seconds to cast other skills, which means we're going to start off with a Subterranean Assault, go into Endless Hail, Magnum Shot, Winter's Revenge, Growing Swarm, Poison Arrow, and since those are on a count of 5, we're going to go back to Subterranean Assault and 5 Lethal Arrows. Whenever you have your ultimate or Bull Netch, just substitute a Lethal Arrow. So just to summarize, we're doing Subterranean Assault, and then 5 skills, Subterranean Assault, and 5 skills. So for the pre-buff section, there really isn't much. It's just popping a potion, casting your Bull Netch, casting your Bear ult, starting off with a Subterranean Assault, and the rotation as I stated earlier. And for the gear, we're going to be running 5-piece Zogvin, 5-piece Reliquin. Front hand's going to be Zogvin with a flame damage enchant, Black Rose Prison with the infused weapon damage enchant, 5-piece Reliquin body, all medium divines, medium slime crawl helmet, and 3 pieces of Zogvin jewelry, all weapon damage enchants, traded in Bloodthirsty. Some final thoughts. I tried to make Kinra's work and run it with Barb Trap, but for some reason I wasn't having consistent numbers. I believe Zogvin might actually be the best choice for Warden. Another thing I realized was Winter's Revenge on the back bar and front bar. I was testing it both. It was still kind of finicky, but I was able to kind of just slot it on the back bar and animation cancel because it has a really weird animation that I couldn't get used to. In replacement for gear for front bar, or as in replacement for Zogvin, you can slot in something like Medusa, Pillar of Nirn, Kinra, and for the body, if you don't have Reliquin, you can do Pillar of Nirn, and if you want an ultimate beginner setup, you can just front bar Briarheart and then body Hunning's Rage, and then run a monster set. There's many viable options. Some include Stormfist, Kajarnar, etc. And I think that wraps up the build explanation of this portion. As always, thank you for watching my video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability in a timely fashion. As a reminder, if this video helped in any way, please help the channel grow by subscribing and liking the video. Feel free to stick around for the attached parts as usual at the end. If not, have a great day and thank you again.